Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL predictions segment, I'm going to be giving you my 2014-15 AFC East predictions as far as the predicted order of finish goes for the division. And let me get started. Now, don't be flabbergasted or in a state of shock. I'm going to pick the New England Patriots. They've been the preeminent favorites and the dominant team in this division for some time. They're 61-19 over the last 5 seasons, 24-6 in divisional games in that same time period. After going 12-4 and making it to the AFC title game and winning the division, of course, the Patriots decided not to stay pat. And far from stagnant, they had a very active offseason, which included the acquisition of cornerback Darrelle Revis, one of the better cornerbacks in the league. In the 4 games they lost in the regular season, they were by a combined 18 points. Could have gone either way. Dominated the division and still definitely one of the dominant teams in the league. Tom Brady has a plethora of offensive weapons at their disposal. Tight end Rob Gronkowski will most likely be back for, at the very least, the majority of the season. And I am going with this team to finish first. Now, for second place, I got the New York Jets. Now, last season, after starting 5-7, they astonishingly won 3 of their final 4 games. Rex Ryan retained his job in the process, and this is likely, if not his it either is likely or it is his contract season. I'm not 100% sure on that. But if they don't make the postseason, I think it would be safe to say he probably will be gone. Now, they acquired running back Chris Johnson and wide receiver Eric Decker to help the offense, which was 25th in total offense in the league. They were 29th in points per game at 18.1, but they were number 6 in rushing yards at 134.9 per game. And adding Chris Johnson should greatly, immensely help this team in that department, and they could be a top 5 rushing team this season. What I think is key for the Jets this season, okay, they were 20th in the NFL in time of possession, which doesn't sound good by ranking, but they had the ball for about 50.3% of the time, which is over half the game. If they can get that closer to 52%, Chris Johnson plays to his potential. It's very conceivable that the Jets will win 10 games and get a wild card berth. Now, third place, I got the Miami Dolphins. Now, Miami had playoff aspirations last season, but they basically laid an egg in the last 2 games. Their playoff hopes came to an abrupt halt because of this, and they scored a meager 7 total points in those final 2 games, or an average of 3.5 points per game in those games. And one of the keys is they're going to have to get more consistency from their quarterback Ryan Tannehill. He showed signs of brilliance last season, but he also was somewhat sporadic and needs to be more consistent. They added cornerback Cortland Finnegan, which should help give a spark to the secondary of this team. The team was 21st in total defense, so they really have to really work on improving that, obviously. They actually did pretty good in the interception department. I believe they had like 18, and that was like tied for 6 in defensive interceptions. But they led the NFL in sacks allowed at 58. The offensive line really is going to have to step up, and this should be improved. But they're going to have to play cohesively and work together and try to really limit those sacks, because that's going to play a key role, I think, in Miami's fortunes this season. So anyway, last but not least, I have the Buffalo Bills finishing in 4th or last place in the AFC East. Now, they seem to have a revived attitude, and I understand they made some good off-season acquisitions, acquiring middle linebacker Brandon Spikes. The team was 10th in total defense in 2013. They were 2nd in rushing at a tad over 144 yards per game. What's auspicious for them is their schedule. 5 of their first 7 games are against teams that were 500 or below last season. If they get off to a good start, this team, it's possible they could. The highest they can go is a wild card, but I don't really think they're going to be able to do it. I still think they're a year or two away, and expect them to be competitive. They were competitive in a number of games last season against upper echelon teams, and I think they will be as well this season. But I just don't see the finish really being any different for this team. But anyway, let me show you my picks on my computer screen real quick with the order of finish along with the records for each team. So just hold on a second. Okay, first place, New England Patriots 12-4. The Jets at 10-6. At second place, I have them as getting a wild card. Third place, Miami Dolphins 7-9, and fourth place, Buffalo Bills at 5-11. Well, people, that'll conclude this YouTube NFL prediction segment. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you my peerless predictions for the AFC North Division. Until next time, people, stay well.